If you're looking for gentle but powerful habits for healthy aging, this might be the most heartfelt video you'll watch today. I'm 85. No medicine, no caregiver. I still wake up early, walk around the garden, sip warm tea and breathe with deep gratitude. People often ask me, how do you stay strong, steady, and calm in old age? My answer? I don't chase anything anymore. I just follow 6 small habits that keep me alive, in body and in spirit. Maybe you're hearing my voice from a quiet room, where the kids are grown and gone, where the days stretch longer than they used to. You were once strong too, the backbone of your family. But now, getting up makes your back ache. You remember the past so clearly, but forget where you left your cup just 5 minutes ago. You're not alone. I've felt those things too. I understand the sadness when your body no longer cooperates. The emptiness at the end of a day, with no one to talk to. Then I came across a simple teaching, a short line from the Buddha. The mind precedes all things. It is the master, it is the maker. So I sat down, closed my eyes, and began to live again from the inside. I won't claim the things I do are magical. I just know that I tried them, and I got better. Not because of pills, not because of a doctor, but because I returned to 6 small daily habits that keep my body steady and my mind light. I call them my slow living rituals, because nothing is rushed. They come from ancient teachings, from the Buddha's breath, from morning sunlight, and from the quiet stillness of late afternoons. Have you ever sat in silence without turning on the television? Have you ever walked barefoot on the ground, not for exercise, but just to feel the earth holding you? Have you ever sipped a glass of water and truly tasted its purity? These things weren't taught to me in hospitals. They came through pausing, through meditation, through mindfulness, and through letting go of the unnecessary weight we often carry in old age. I don't expect you to copy me. I'm just inviting you to see if you too might live just one day a little lighter. Right now, I'll walk you through each one. Nothing complicated, just things I've tried and that have kept me well. If you can still breathe, if you can still feel the sunlight touch your cheeks each morning, then you can still begin again. And old age won't be a fear anymore. It will become a season of mindfulness, of deep listening, of awakening. I've seen many seemingly healthy people fade quickly, not because of age, but for one simple reason. They stop taking care of themselves. It starts with skipping breakfast, then avoiding walks. Pain sets in, so they lie down more. The mind gets heavy, sleep becomes shallow, and slowly, they drift away from everyone. I saw it in my brother, in old friends. They didn't lose their joy all at once. They lost it by choosing, little by little, to give up on daily care. I chose differently. Not to be extreme, not to chase some perfect version of myself, but to live by one simple rule: don't let a day go by without caring for your body and mind. I started with the smallest things: waking up early and breathing with the morning sun, eating slowly, chewing fully, taking walks not far but regularly, speaking to myself kindly without criticism. As the Buddha taught in the Satipatthana Sutta, contemplate the body in the body, feelings in the feelings, mind in the mind, phenomena in the phenomena, with diligence, mindfulness, and clear understanding. I'm not a monk. I haven't studied formally. But I know this: if I don't observe myself daily, no one else can do it for me. And thanks to that, I've lived past 70, then 80, and now 85, still able to sit here and share this with you. There's no miracle, just small habits, done daily. Easy to start, powerful over time. No money needed, no one else required, just a decision. To begin, if you've ever wondered, is there a way to grow old without fear, without falling apart? I can't answer that for you, but I invite you to walk with me, through 6 daily habits I've done quietly for many years. And if an 85-year-old man like me can do them, I truly believe so can you. Habit number 1. Morning sunlight, nature's purest nourishment. Every morning, I have an appointment no one schedules. It's an appointment with the sun. No alarm clock. No one calls me to wake up. Just the sound of birds chirping through the window, and I know it's time to step outside and inhale a brand new day. I don't rush to make tea. I don't turn on the television. I step onto the porch, facing the east where the first sunlight gently lands on my silver hair. I don't sunbathe for bone health or vitamin D. I do it for something simpler, to remind myself I'm still alive. Morning light doesn't just warm the skin, it awakens the whole body. As soon as the first rays touch my face, I can feel my blood circulating gently, my heartbeat steady. My eyes, still hazy from sleep, begin to clear. Just 10-15 minutes each morning. Nothing more is needed. I don't do anything, I just stand still or walk slowly around the garden. According to modern medicine, morning sunlight helps reset our circadian rhythm, something the young often neglect and the elderly slowly lose. It helps the body release serotonin, a chemical that brings a sense of calm, alertness, and well-being. By night, that same serotonin turns into melatonin so I can sleep deeply, without pills. Cortisol, the stress hormone, also settles down, allowing me to enter the day with a peaceful, grounded mind. Morning sunlight doesn't replace everything, but it improves everything, from the body to the mind. I'm no doctor, but my own body is living proof. After just a few weeks of consistent sunlight, I felt sharper, less irritable, and most of all, I no longer woke up in the middle of the night without reason. In the Buddhist Satipa, Ajna Sutta, the first foundation of mindfulness is the body. Breathing in, I know I am walking. Breathing out, I know I am standing. I don't meditate while sunbathing. I simply show up fully in each step, feel the light on my arms, the wind on my face, and quietly offer thanks. Today, I'm fortunate enough to see the sun. That too is a kind of meditation, a mindfulness that flows through everyday life. When was the last time you stood in the sun without doing anything? Not hanging laundry, not walking the dog, just letting yourself be illuminated by life? Try it tomorrow morning. No need for a park, no need for mountains. Just step outside your front door. Stand still, close your eyes, and let the light touch your face like an old friend. When sunlight enters the body, the heart opens too, and aging, no matter the challenges, starts to feel a little lighter. I begin my day with light. But light alone isn't enough if the body isn't nourished well. So, after greeting the sun, I return indoors and prepare something simple yet powerful for digestion, the mind, and even my blood pressure. Let's move on to habit number 2 right now. Habit number 2, a warm cup of tea, slowing down to truly live. In the past, I didn't know how precious the morning was. I only knew how to run. Run after work. Run after worry. Run after youth that was slipping away. I drank coffee. Not to enjoy it, but to stay alert enough to face the stress ahead. That cup of coffee was no different than a siren. I'd drink while dressing, while listening to the noisy morning news. Every morning felt like a battle, and I didn't realize what I had lost until I got older. Now, at 85, I understand something. Mornings aren't for rushing. They're for returning to myself. After a few minutes in the sun, I walk into the kitchen. I boil water, slice some fresh ginger, add a bit of lemon, sometimes a sprig of mint from the backyard. There's no fixed recipe, just what my body feels like it needs that day. The scent of ginger fills the kitchen. The sound of bubbling water brings the home to life. I pour the hot water into a ceramic cup and sit down alone, facing the tea like an old friend. No phone, no radio, Just me and the gentle steam fogging up my glasses. I inhale deeply, feeling the warmth rise through my nose and chest. Warm, gentle, peaceful. I take a small sip. No rush, no thoughts. Just tea and me sharing a moment that cannot be replaced. Drinking tea isn't to fill the stomach. It's to remember that I'm still here. I choose ginger lemon tea not because it's trendy or healthy, but because my body, after years of listening, tells me it works. Ginger warms my stomach, eases digestion, reduces bloating. Especially helpful when I don't eat a full breakfast. Lemon cleans the mouth, supports the liver, and helps detox naturally. For seniors, digestion slows over time, but few notice. A morning tea like this helps me avoid heartburn, constipation, and even that feeling of not wanting to eat. It's not medicine, but it nourishes gently without side effects. In Buddhist practice, there's something called tea meditation. No bells, no chants, just complete presence in each movement. Picking up the cup, inhaling the aroma, thanking life for a new day, and sipping as if it were the only sip I'll ever take. Breathing in, I know I'm drinking tea. Breathing out, I smile to myself. Inside that cup isn't just water. It holds sunlight, the farmer's hands, water from deep within the earth, and the fortune of being alive today. I don't think lofty thoughts when drinking tea. I just sit quietly, breathe evenly, and allow every cell in me to settle. And strangely enough, the quieter I become, the more I feel the simple joy of being alive. Have you ever sipped tea without thinking? No scrolling, no weather updates, no wondering what to eat today. Just sipping as if telling yourself, I'm still here. I can still begin again. You don't have to drink what I do. Chamomile, mint, or just warm water, it doesn't matter. But if you do it mindfully, that cup of tea becomes a healing ritual for both body and spirit. In the Satipatthana Sutta, the Buddha says, contemplate the body in the body with mindfulness to overcome sorrow and distress, to realize the truth. A mindful cup of tea in the morning is a simple yet powerful form of body contemplation. Because in that stillness, I'm no longer an 85-year-old man with stories and memories. I am a stream of life, gentle, grateful, and unattached. After tea, I don't jump up. I spend a few minutes listening to my body. Sometimes just massaging my wrists, rotating my knees, or stretching slowly is enough to awaken this aging body for a new day. And that leads to habit number 3, a gentle conversation with my body. We'll continue together, and if you've stayed with me this far, I believe, your heart is already opening. Habit 3, daily brain exercise, keeping the mind clear and bright. I'm not afraid of growing old, but there's one thing I do fear: living a long life without realizing I'm alive. I've seen it before. Old friends sitting silently for hours, staring into the distance, not remembering what day it is, not remembering the last time their children visited. They're still breathing, but their gaze seems to have drifted somewhere else. And I asked myself, is that just the natural course of aging? Or is it because we let our minds fall asleep for too long? I don't want to just live long. I want to live aware, sharp, and free. Even at 85, I still want to make my own decisions each day. And to do that, I treat brain training as a non-negotiable habit. Each morning, after drinking tea, I spend 20 to 30 minutes on my mental exercises. There's no set formula. Some days it's reading a few pages of philosophy, writing down a childhood memory, composing a letter to a loved one who's passed, expressing my gratitude and sending them metta, learning a new word in Spanish, a language I've never used. Or, on some days, pulling out a sheet of paper to do mental math like I used to in school. I don't do it to be smarter than someone. I do it to keep my mind from freezing over. In Theravada Buddhism, there are 3 core pillars of the path: S, La, Sam, D. Panying, morality, concentration, wisdom. And wisdom, Panye, the ability to see clearly the truth of things, is not something that appears on its own. It must be sharpened, cultivated, practiced through observation, listening, reflection. When I read, I don't read for entertainment. I read to understand people, to understand myself. I ask questions. I doubt. I let each sentence soak in like water into dry earth. When I write down old stories, I don't write as a nostalgic old man. I write like someone gently brushing dust off old memories, to see clearly the roads I've walked in this life. That's how I keep my mind awake, so it doesn't get buried beneath the fog of aging. People often ask me, "What app do you use to train your brain?" And I laugh. I don't use a smartphone. I use simple things anyone can do. Writing by hand instead of typing. Memorizing a short poem. Asking myself, if I had 5 years left, what would I do? Solving a Sudoku puzzle or a crossword from the newspaper. Nothing fancy, just consistency. Because the brain, like any muscle, weakens when not used. I used to forget things. Couldn't remember where I put my keys. Opened the fridge and forgot what I was looking for. But since I started these daily brain habits, even though I'm not perfect, I remember better. I speak more clearly. I sleep better because my mind isn't cluttered with unprocessed thoughts. And the surprise? My emotions began to heal too. Because when your mind is clear, your fears and worries lose their grip. Have you ever trained your brain? Not to be more intelligent, but to stay rooted in who you are, before your memory begins to slip away? You can start today. Write a few lines in a notebook. Learn a new word. Or call an old friend and revisit a shared memory. That too is brain training, and it renews the heart as well. In the Dhammapada, the Buddha said, "Better than living 100 years in ignorance and distraction is living a single day with mindfulness and wisdom." We cannot keep our bodies young forever, but wisdom can keep growing if we nourish it every day. I don't study to pass a test. I study to stay awake, to not sleepwalk through the rest of my life. And once I've done my mental exercises, I return to my body. I can't run far or jog like I once did, but I have a special way to keep my body feeling loved and to remind it that it still matters. Now we'll move on to habit 4, something I do every single day that doesn't take much effort, but brings energy and ease to my entire day. Habit number 4, daily physical movement to keep life in motion. I don't go to the gym. I don't have a personal trainer, but I always do one thing. I move. I don't move to look good. I don't move to chase after any ideal image. I move so that my body remains a friend and doesn't become a burden. I used to think aging meant it was time to rest, but resting too much, my body started to complain. My back stiffened. My shoulders ached. I lost my balance simply because I had stopped moving for too long. One day, I looked in the mirror. I saw myself like a dried leaf, no wind left to lift it. And I said to myself, it's not time to lie still yet. I didn't begin this journey like a soldier. I began like a friend returning to care for myself again. I walk slowly around my yard. I stretch my arms upward each morning. I rotate my shoulders, my neck, bend my knees gently. Some days, I follow along with a light yoga channel for seniors, even if I fumble a bit. I don't care about doing it right or wrong. I only ask, is my body feeling loved today? And the strange thing is, after just a few days, I started sleeping better. My knees hurt less. My shoulders and neck felt lighter. I no longer walked hesitantly, as if afraid of my own legs. When you stop moving, your body begins to fade. But if you move even just a little each day, you'll find that aging still holds so much vitality. In Theravada Buddhism, there is a practice called Kai Wai Nupasan, Mindfulness of the body in movement. When I walk, I know I'm walking. When I extend my arm, I know I'm extending it. That awareness is meditation. I don't need to go to a monastery to meditate. I just need to move with mindfulness. When I raise my arm, I don't rush. When I bend my knees, I don't strain. When I turn my body, I smile at every little creak and pop. I thank my body, because even in old age, it still listens, if I speak to it gently. Before, I couldn't stand long in the kitchen. Now I can cook a full breakfast for myself. Before, I had to grip a chair just to stand up. Now, I rise from the sofa slowly, but on my own. Here's what I've learned. We don't get weak because we age. We get weak because we stop training. You don't need a treadmill. You don't need gym clothes. You just need a sturdy chair, a small porch, or a quiet room where you can listen to your body. Start with just 3 minutes each morning. Roll your neck. Stretch your arms. Bend forward. Walk a few steps around the house. Do it not as exercise, but as a way to say to your body, I'm still here with you. In the Satipa Sutta, the Buddha taught, contemplate the body in the body with energy, mindfulness, and clear comprehension. When I move, I'm not just exercising my muscles. I'm nurturing a gentle form of awareness. When I take slow steps around the yard, I see leaves falling. I hear birdsong. I feel the breeze brush against my hand. That's not just movement. That's meditation woven into daily life. When was the last time you truly moved with presence? Not rushing to make an appointment. Not bending to pick something up and groaning, my back hurts. But a movement with awareness and kindness? If it's been a while since you moved because you feel too weak, I just want to say, begin today with one motion, one breath, and you've already begun. You're not too old to start. You just need a reason warm enough to keep going. After I move, I don't feel tired. I feel like a window has opened in my body. Fresh air flows in. My mind brightens. And when my body is relaxed, it becomes easier to open my heart to life, to others, and to myself. That's why the next thing I do is a small practice, but deeply healing. I offer loving kindness to myself and to everyone who comes to mind. That's habit 5, breath meditation and metta. Habit number 5, breath and loving kindness meditation, returning to yourself and sending peace. After a warm cup of tea and a few slow laps around the garden, I sit down and do absolutely nothing. Not because I'm tired, not because I've run out of things to do, but because I want to simply be with myself. Each morning, I sit on an old wooden chair. No cushion, no fancy backrest, just enough support to keep my spine upright, yet relaxed. I close my eyes. No chanting, no prayers. I simply observe the breath entering and leaving gently at the tip of my nose. Breathing in, I know it's in. Breathing out, I know it's out. If it's deep, I feel it deeply. If it's shallow, I know it's shallow. No need to control it. No need to force it. Just awareness, like a friend who's truly listening. In the Buddha's teachings, breath is the bridge between the body and the mind. When we breathe with presence, we return to the now. When we notice our breath, the past and the future no longer pull us away. I'm not trying to reach some mystical state. I just sit with each natural, gentle breath. And oddly enough, the less I try, the more my mind begins to soften. The racing thoughts begin to quiet, like clouds drifting over a hilltop. Some days, just 5 minutes is enough, and I feel my heart clear like the sky after a rain. Other days, my mind runs in circles, but I stay seated, patiently, because I know just being here is already enough. After a few minutes of breathing, I gently shift into a very special practice. Loving kindness meditation metta. I start with myself. I slowly repeat in my mind, may I be peaceful. May I be healthy. May I live with ease and lightness. I don't say these words like a slogan. I say them like a quiet lullaby, spoken to the tender parts of me that have carried so much through the years. Then I think of the people I love, my late partner, my grown children, old friends I haven't seen in a while. I send them the same wishes. May you be peaceful. May you be healthy. May you live in light and love. Then I think of people who have hurt me, not to forgive them instantly, but to loosen the grip of resentment just a little. May you be peaceful too, even though we no longer walk the same path. I don't know if they receive the metta I send, but I know I do. Because every time I let go of even a little anger, my heart feels just a bit lighter. I'm no longer tied to the past. Since I began practicing breath and loving-kindness meditation, I sleep more peacefully. I no longer react sharply to small things. And when pain comes, I still feel it. But I'm not afraid of it or consumed by it like before. I find there's now a space between the stimulus and my reaction. A gentle gap between pain and fear. Between loneliness and a mind that can hold it all. With each breath, I return to peace and send peace to the world. You don't need a temple. You don't need to chant scriptures. You just need to sit and breathe with presence. That's enough to begin. If you've never meditated before, try it as simply as I do. Sit upright, relaxed. Close your eyes. Feel your breath flowing at the tip of your nose without adjusting anything. If your mind wanders, just gently bring it back. After 5 or 10 minutes, whisper a few phrases of kindness. May I be safe. May those I love be happy. May the world know less suffering. You can meditate for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or just 3 quiet minutes each morning. But if you stay with it even briefly, it will soothe you from the inside in ways that words cannot explain. In the Buddhist teachings, there is a passage that says, "One who cultivates loving kindness sleeps peacefully, wakes peacefully, has no bad dreams, feels light in body and mind, and is cherished by others." I don't meditate to become a better person. I meditate to become a gentler one with myself. After meditation, I don't jump up right away. I sit for a few more minutes, as if my heart has just been rinsed clean in still waters. And I don't want to waste that clarity. So I do one small thing, but it ripples far. I call someone, or I write a kind note to an old friend. A simple act, but planted with deep gratitude. Habit number 6, evening self. Massage listening to and thanking the body. Each night before bed, I sit down and place both hands on my knees. Not to pray, but to say thank you. These legs carried me through the day, even if they're not as strong as they once were. These shoulders still bear my thoughts, even if I no longer work. And I've learned one thing. If we care for our body with love, it will care for us for the rest of our lives. Each night, when everything is quieted down, I gently massage my neck, shoulders, and upper back. Sometimes my lower back. Sometimes my knees, which ache when the weather changes. Some nights, I spend a few minutes caring just for my feet. The part of me that's carried the whole body for decades. I don't use complicated techniques. I'm not a therapist. I only do one thing. I listen. The body doesn't need much, just your full presence. I use my own hands, hands that once held hammers, hoes, and loved ones, now becoming healing tools, gentle and patient. I don't rely on expensive supplements, but I believe in the power of nature. I use herbal oils made from ginger, cinnamon, or lemongrass, sometimes homemade, sometimes bought from honest local makers. Their scent doesn't just ease muscle pain. It invites me into something deeper, a sense of being cared for. Just a few drops of oil, warmed between my palms, rub gently over tired areas. I breathe slowly and feel the warmth spread like soft light on a winter night. In Theravada Buddhism, body contemplation is the foundation of mindfulness. I don't need to sit in long meditation sessions. Just being aware while massaging is enough. I'm massaging my knee. I know I'm massaging my knee. I'm exhaling slowly. I know I'm exhaling slowly. No more daydreaming. No more thoughts about tomorrow's to-do list. Just me and this body being seen and loved. And the miracle is, when I care for this body with mindfulness, I no longer see it as a burden of aging. I see it as a home, and I am its loving caretaker. After just a few weeks of this nightly practice, I began to sleep better. I no longer woke up stiff. I had fewer cramps, and I woke feeling refreshed, not fatigued. As we grow older, blood circulation slows down. Joints dry out. Muscles tighten, but rarely get released. One slow movement each night can help the body heal in magical ways. And you know what? When I touch my body with care, I also touch a part of my soul that had been neglected for too long. Do you ever care for yourself like this? Not with medicine, not with criticism, but with true listening and hands that are fully present? Try it tonight. Gently rub your neck and shoulders. Close your eyes and breathe slowly. Feel each part of your body that you pass through. You'll realize there is no cheaper or more effective therapy than the love you send through your own hands. In the Sattapa, Na Sutta, the Buddha reminds us, contemplate the body in the body to clearly see impermanence, suffering, and non-self. I don't massage to keep the body young. I massage to remind myself that this body is aging, and there is only one thing left to do: to love it while I still can. I no longer fall asleep with an aching body. I go to bed with a body that has been soothed, seen, and accepted. And when I close my eyes, I know this: I have lived a full day, from sunrise to this quiet act of love for my body at night. If you've stayed with me through all 6 of these gentle habits, you'll realize you don't need miracles. You don't need youth. We can still live deeply, mindfully, and peacefully. I'll be back in the next video to talk about something just as important: how to stop fearing loneliness when aging alone. As I've just shared, these 6 small habits are what I've done daily for years. No expense, no glamour, but enough to help me live well, think clearly, and love myself fully. You don't have to do them all. You don't have to become someone else. Just choose one thing, one small step, one gentle act, one message to your body and mind. I'm taking care of you. I'm still here. Maybe that's stepping outside and taking a deep breath in the morning, preparing a warm cup of tea and sipping it slowly, sitting quietly for 5 minutes with your breath, or simply placing your hand on your shoulder and soothing your own fatigue. Old age is not the end. Old age is a return. To live slowly, live deeply, live fully. I'm 85 years old. I take no medication. I don't use a cane. I still walk not because I'm stronger than others, but because I've never stopped listening to my body. I've never forgotten this. Each passing day is a gift if we are awake enough to receive it. Caring for the body doesn't have to be expensive. It only requires presence and gratitude. If you're wondering, where do I start? Choose what feels most gentle to you and do it for yourself. I wish you a better night's sleep tonight, a deeper breath tomorrow morning, and this one truth to carry with you: you are not walking this path alone. I and many others living mindfully, we're still here, walking beside you. If there's one habit you'd like to try tomorrow, leave a comment below. You never know, your words might be the lantern that lights someone else's way. You won't just be healing yourself. You might just inspire someone else too.